Hello, all, and welcome to the episode 6 of the Bharat Army podcast. I'm your host Kunal. There's Nikhil with me, and Nikhil, bro, हम लोगों ने बहुत discussion किए थे before the start of the IPL, and now that we are not halfway through, we are still one third through the IPL, where 4 or 5 games are done out of 14 games. But your predictions are coming in quite good. You said Virat would have an exceptional IPL. So far, Orange Cap तो वही like race में तो है contention, but there's one more player in contention right now. That's Ryan Parag, dude. Who would have thought, apart from you, dude, to say that Riyad Parag would do great, and it worked out?
Yeah, I mean, we keep trying. That's
Yeah,
the slogan that I live by. And
yeah,
I mean, he's had a great season in the past, but
mhm,
I'm very happy that Rajasthan gave him a good spot and a good role.
yeah,
And that is something he's done in the past. I think this season we're seeing a lot of Indians really
yeah.
perform well. And for Riyan Parag to lead that charts just makes me smile.
Bro, but just imagine the situation for Virat Kohli. एक time था जब he was competing for the orange cap with, let's say, legends like Warner and all of those, and अभी youngsters के साथ भी विराट का competition चल ही रहा है. Like he's that good over the years across generations that even right now he's in race. Now that we're recording, who has the orange cap? Is it Ria? Is it Virat Kohli, right?
Yeah, I think so.
As for the latest update, yeah, I think it's Virat Kohli, so yeah, doing great. But a few other players that would be standout performances according to you. अगर मुझे एक pick करना होगा, I'll go for Shashank. The
Yeah,
story that he's had right from the auctions up until now, I love the caption which was used, Shashank Redemption.
yeah, yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
Truly, truly. And see,
Yeah,
the best bit about all of this is, you talk about Shashank, you talk about Ashutosh Sharma, who played a great knock in that partnership. You have Mayank Yadav, who's just taken everyone by like, "Arey wah, we
हाँ,
finally
हाँ,
have a guy who can keep bowling 150 clicks." But
yeah,
the downside of it is also we need to be very very careful. We rushed
yeah.
Umran Malik like that, and Mayank is already injured once, so you do not want to really burn. Now I wouldn't say burn them out, but just
But
manage their
still,
workload.
हाँ,
So it
workload
is
management is a top priority, no
Bilkul.
doubts
But
over
I
there.
still
Yeah.
think that the one ball that I'll never forget is Mayank castling Cam Green. Matlab for a guy who's faced pace and bounce all his life,
Yeah.
Mayank to beat him for pace, दिल से अच्छा लगा एकदम.
Were any other performances that are like coming to your mind? Because बहुत कुछ हुआ ये साल. Like we already breached the highest total का score
Yeah,
twice in a single year.
yeah.
Like initially RCB had it, but now it's SRH against MI. But again, that match as well, bro. I think that was a beautiful match to watch because of the fight that MI gave. I still feel DC के लिए भी chance था against KKR where they could have actually fought till the end, but
Mm,
they just kind of collapsed over there. But good matches coming up.
yeah.
Which team has impressed you the most so far?
I think so far Rajasthan.
Okay.
I think in terms of, and of course, very very ably helped by Riyan because
Hmm.
Josh Butler finally got a score, but
Yeah.
Jaiswal hasn't quite.
Yeah.
Samson was good, but it was Riyan who's really stepped up and
Hmm.
ensured you see them supposedly matured version of him. He's always like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it is good for that to come through. And I
Yeah.
think it just bodes well for the bowling lineup that they have. So I think
Right.
definitely RR and Lucknow also to an extent they've used their bowling resources really
Really
well.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
KL is good at defending. Like as a leader, as a captain as
Leader
well.
defending? अच्छा हाँ मतलब वो तो उसने खुद ने एडिट कर लिया इस गुड एट डिफेंडिंग.
But bro, Baki teams, like I think you mentioned about LSG, you mentioned about RR as well. KKR
Yeah.
and the way they've performed, is it the Gambhir effect or are we
I
giving too
mean,
much credit to Gambhir?
no, hard नहीं है. Gambhir और credit can never be too much. So it is due.
Yeah.
And you see how it's revitalized Sunil Narine. And I think
Yeah.
that is the biggest output for me because for you so far Venki hasn't quite done much, Shreyas hasn't quite done much. A lot of credit has to go to Gambhir for
Okay.
the ways found a way to Narayan to come
Yeah.
good because
Okay.
Venki hasn't had a score. Shreyas Venki had a 50, but then it was Narayan who set the game up. So I think
Yeah.
for Narayan to come good already twice
Yeah.
against Bangalore and Delhi, I
Yeah.
mean you need that. So it just really bodes well and happy to see Gambhir smiling.
Yeah. Happy to see Gambhir, but he wasn't smiling a day before because CSK actually defeated him,
That's
defeated
okay.
KKR actually. Yeah, but actually, tell me what happened over there. Was it the pitch, or do you think it was just a usual match where you just have an off day during the game, or
Yeah,
was it a proper strategy?
no, I don't think CSK would have wanted to play on exact wicket like that
Yeah,
because it brings KKR spinners into the game. So I think invariably they just
Yeah.
eventually stumbled upon a deck which was slow, and the
Yeah.
biggest point was they bowled first, because
Ha.
at Chennai also batted first, they would have also struggled.
Struggled. Yeah,
So
fair.
just one of those days where you get the wrong end of conditions, like a
Yeah.
lot of teams in blue already have.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go over there. But bro, I think CSK has been doing fairly well
Yeah,
when it comes to, let's say, the first few. I think you've won how many out of 5 games? Three have been won, two
three.
lost.
Yeah.
But जो एक मैच हारे उसमें धोनी played so well. Everyone was happy. We were just oblivious to the fact that CSK lost the game. And I remember Sakshi Dhoni also put up a story saying that, oh yeah, we forgot, we didn't notice that we lost the game, but we are just so happy to see that happening. So you're a CSK fan. Walk us through the, I don't know, weird emotions when you're losing a match, but Dhoni is doing great, and it's just a wide smile on your face.
Yeah, and I think the one thing to remember is the emotions came because you knew the match was gone. So
Ha,
nobody
fair.
at that at any point of time is saying that it's okay for Chennai to lose. I'm here to see MS
Hmm.
bat and score. So I think
Yeah,
that emotion is always there.
yeah.
And what actually just triggered all of that happiness is the type of shots. Now,
Hmm.
for a guy who's not played cricket for over 300 days,
Yeah,
to be able to come out and just execute an extra cover drive, an extra
yeah,
cover loft, and then hit a one-handed six over long one, where
yeah,
you have somebody at the other end who's missing full tosses. We're not
yeah,
naming anybody here, but it can happen.
yeah, yeah.
You can have those off days,
It can
but
happen. Yeah,
for MS to just have, just put out that nostalgia, okay, bhai, wow,
yeah,
same venue, same
yeah.
person, and he's just found a way to score. And 37 in 16, bro. It's not 37 in
Amazing. Yeah.
21 or 27, okay, bhai, end
हाँ,
में हमारा ऐसा नहीं था. So,
especially when Jadeja was struggling on the other end. उसके
yeah,
बाद आकर having a better score and a better strike rate than a player who was already set
yeah.
speaks a lot. But one player who has really stood out has been Ruturaj Gaikwad. I think that captaincy transition was really smooth, and the way Gaikwad has been handling, I think I'm really enjoying watching him as a leader as well.
Yeah, truly, truly.
Yeah,
And see, it is always going to be difficult from what we saw, even when Jadeja was, tried as
mm,
the captain, that
yeah,
you will always get inputs from MS. But
yeah,
I think the process is a far more smoother this time around
yeah,
because they knew what happened last time. Because I think
right.
it has also gone on to say that Fleming has had one-on-one conversations with him
Yeah,
every time in
yeah,
about, okay, how will you go about it? How will you go about it? So, and it is good to have that on-field.
always.
It's
Yeah,
how it happened with MS and Virat, right?
yeah,
Virat
right.
would lead, but
Yeah,
whenever he wanted something to
consult.
ask, he'd go up to MS. "Ke
Yeah,
bhai, can you just suggest me something?" So
yeah,
I think that's the best way to just
yeah.
ease into that next time.
Yeah. And speaking of captaincy transitions, there's one more transition happening, which is Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya. I think as an MI fan, I'm just relieved that the dressing room atmosphere is really good, especially after the last game. Like everyone's happy, everyone's cheering. It was a big sigh of relief for us as MI fans. What do you make of it as a non-MI fan? Look at that smile, dude. Just rub it off.
Now, you see, when you win a lot, you always attract both sides.
Yeah,
So that is there. But I think for MI, we discussed this, right? They had to
yeah,
gel well. They will
yeah,
have
yeah.
to gel well. I think some of the captaincy calls or management calls have been very, very surprising. Whether it is just playing Quena so early, and see,
Hmm.
it's fine. I mean, you can take a punt, but sometimes you just feel
It doesn't
maybe you
work.
have you have a Tushara who's
Hmm.
of course a Malinga in the waiting, so
Yeah.
maybe they are waiting for the right game to unleash him.
Hmm.
Because in terms of Hardik and Rohit, yeah, the attention is always going to be there, and I
Yeah.
just hope everybody who's watching,
Yeah.
let's just stick to the game. That's my
Exactly, dude.
only bit. Let's just stick to
Yeah.
the game. जो भी
Yeah.
अपने को comments है, opinions है, I think we should just stick to the game because
Yeah.
उसके अलावा we don't have to go cross that line. But for Mumbai, it was good that they once were able to cross the line thanks to Nokia.
Yeah.
He just told us, "Hey, this is not Apple. You need
Yeah.
Apples and Androids to come with that." But,
Yeah.
I just hope Rohit has also got a good score.
Yeah.
I
Do
think
you
that
think
has just
the
settled down.
yeah?
Settled down a lot of
Do you think
nerves.
the latest playing 11 is the best and ideal playing 11, where Romero, Shepherd, and Nabi both get a spot in the playing 11? Surya is back, Tilak is there, so the
Yeah,
batting order is sorted, and your bowling also you've got 6 or 7 options considering the impact player rule.
yeah, and have to remember Hardik hasn't bowled in the last two games. So,
Yeah.
which was I think very very surprising in the RR game. I could not fathom.
Yeah.
So those are some things are very unlike MI. Okay, they are
Hmm.
able to really spot and assess conditions really well. So I think the options are always good. I think they'll always start, in my opinion, with two overseas now, three
Yeah.
overseas that is,
Hmm.
and the fourth guy. could be really basis the situation, which is what they've
Yeah,
tried in the past as well. Okay, by they got in Brevis once, Shefford in one game.
yeah,
So I think that's a better way to go, depending
yeah,
on condition and the team opposite to you.
yeah,
It should be good, but I don't know how many they will win because of the bowling. But
yeah.
the conditions combination looks better.
But I am just relieved that we are off that mental block of the first game win because I still feel the very first match we should have won it fair and square.
I
We were
also
there. I think they just overcomplicated the
did yeah.
situation. हाँ जब भी कि क्या Tim David is struggling against Rashid Khan based on matchups.
Yeah.
So I'll just play out that over and I don't know. It just went
Bro,
haywire from there. Yeah.
next game they sent Piyush Shala to save Team David. I cannot believe I would have ever seen that
Yeah.
coming from MI.
Yeah. But do you really think Piyush Chawla would continue in the next match? Because I somewhere feel someone like Shams Mulani would bolster the batting even more. Because Piyush
Well,
doesn't really add up with the bat. He brings in the experience, which I agree. But that didn't come in handy in the previous game. And I think we could have won by 50 odd runs, but we won by just 29 runs.
so I think it's a call that a lot of teams are going to take going forward. That because the batting lineups are now deeper,
Hmm.
you see higher scores. So you see people are happy to take that risk, which was
Yeah.
not the case previously. So I think
Yeah.
with Piyush as well, it's also to do with conditions. I think when he plays on bigger grounds, he'll
Yeah.
definitely be add a
Ah,
lot more value.
yeah.
So I think they'll back him. Yeah, Piyush Chawla is a legend. You cannot go against him. He'll
Exactly. Yeah.
randomly take 2 wickets. People caught at long on and long off, and then everybody will be happy. So I think the option that they have with Shams Milan is good, but I
Yeah.
think it just has to be very smartly used depending on games and conditions. So
Yeah.
I think that will be taken care of.
I remember the game against SRH, dude, and that reminds me how good SRH has been this season, especially with their batting.
Yeah.
Insane, mad batting over there. Be it Klassen, be it whoever comes in, and they are just like Abhishek Sharma. It speaks volumes when a youngster comes in, starts attacking right from ball one. That speaks a lot about your intent, about the management clarity of thought. And it's just good to watch SRS do well after lots of years, dude. And we remember the Kane Williamson Warner era before 2020 when they were a force to reckon with, but somehow it just went downhill from there. But would it be fair to say just after 4 or 5 games that SRH have probably arrived well in this season?
Well, they look so too,
Yeah,
but they have in the past started really well and then
yeah,
gone downhill as well. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And to the point of Abhishek Sharma, a lot of Indian youngsters before they make it to the Indian team,
yeah,
they do a lot of scoring and at a very good speed.
yeah,
I just hope once they are in that setup, they are free and they are
yeah,
not quite burdened कि भाई runs चाहिए
hmm,
impactful runs चाहिए. So
yeah,
hopefully that is something that is said, as you said, very very refreshing from Abhishek's point of view.
yeah,
So hopefully, whenever he gets in, he is able to really just make a mark and
yeah,
keep going by. I mean, even in the game against Chennai,
yeah,
27 runs of that Mukesh Chaudhary. That
right.
is what you want to do. Just try and just Travis Head के बारे में बात नहीं करने वाला. We have talked a lot about that. So sorry.
Across months you've spoken about him. But
Yeah.
dude, speaking of RCB, because I really feel for Virat Kohli over there, he was doing his job. Now I agree the entire debate about firstly Virat Kohli scores a century, then very conveniently the stats come out saying that this is the slowest century in the history of IPL.
Mm.
I agree by numbers and everything. Yes, it was the slowest one, but you need to understand Virat Kohli's position in the team. There is no one else batting. Despite that 113 111, पूरे
Mm.
टीम का स्कोर वाज 183 ऑड रन्स व्हिच मींस
Yeah.
सबने मिलाकर 70 रन मारे और कोहली ने 100 रन मारे.
Yeah.
So it's not that Virat can't play fast. He can, but right now he's stuck in a situation where he knows if he plays fast and gets out because it brings in that risk factor.
Yeah.
And उसके बाद विकेट गई तो 100 भी क्रॉस नहीं हो गए.
Yeah.
So where do you stand on the entire Virat Kohli slow century का debate?
See, I always feel accelerating anchors are the best way to go about it. And
हाँ
I think Virat did was going fine when he was on 72 or 51 up, 51 out.
हाँ
Because then he was just staying up and getting ahead and trying to put
yeah.
pressure on. I think the problem arrived when Faf couldn't get going and everybody else who just came in, they just couldn't find the fence.
Yeah.
So this is where I actually feel that Virat should forget about. I'm not saying be selfish. It's not about being selfish. It's
Yeah.
about just going harder even more because he eventually ended up scoring 28 of 16
Yeah.
when he got to his turn. So
हाँ
that isn't a number that you'll
yeah.
be happy with if you're a set batter.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
you'll probably say कि वहाँ पे अगर आप 15-20 और मार लो, see, you completely buy the argument that if had he not scored, they wouldn't have got here.
Yeah.
But then, did it help you getting here? No. So
Correct.
it's rather you
Yeah.
take that extra risk, and in that process, if you get 28 or 48,
Yeah. Yeah.
then that is just giving you the side as much more cushion, and hopefully someday the others will also click. So I think
Someday. Yeah.
I mean the
Yeah.
context is key there.
Yeah.
So Virat did play well, I felt, to start with, and even
Yeah.
to the halfway mark. But towards the end, like the
He
overs
could
of
have
Ashwin and Chahal,
accelerated. Yeah.
he just had to keep going.
Yeah.
मतलब वो आप
So
करो.
you're saying कि मतलब I actually agree because there should be a gray area over here where he's understanding the team का composition where he
Yeah,
has to stay till the end. But
yeah,
end तक रुकने के बाद if you're going to end up losing, why not go for that risk because you've done your job. अभी सिर्फ
yeah,
3-4 ओवर्स बचे हैं, अभी रिस्क ले लो because अगर रिस्क नहीं लोगे I mean you'll end up losing the match because the total
yeah.
is not good enough.
Yeah, so
But dude,
just to,
too much stress for Virat Kohli यार. He's done so much for the team over the years.
so
कोई
basically
तो
he
खड़े
should
हो
just
जाओ. Yeah.
freely bat. I think
हाँ,
the problem
fine.
that happened in that game was they batted for a pass score. But the
Hmm.
problem is you are RCB.
Yeah, and your
I
bowlers
mean,
are
bottom
RCB
lane,
bowlers. Yeah.
khatam. You are RCB bowlers. Your captain isn't
Yeah.
always the best proactive. I mean, he did not bowl Maxwell to two
Yeah.
righties, best because righties. But he got KL Rahul, he got Roxy Brand, he got Stoinis
Yeah.
also out. So
Yeah.
those are the basics that you feel के अगर वो अच्छा कैप्टन होता कोई, he would have found a way to make that game work. But it never happened with RCB because RCB है. So
Yeah.
don't bat for the pass score.
Yeah.
See, learn from Mumbai. What Mumbai did last year. Bowling
Yeah.
attack अच्छा नहीं है. Look for the extra 15-20 runs.
Extra
So
runs.
keep
Yeah.
looking for it, and that will help the time.
Fair enough, dude. Which other team would you like to speak about? Would you like to start off with GT or Punjab or DC?
वेल जीटी इज गुड.
Yeah.
नेहरा जी का जो नारियल
बात तो
पानी
चल
या
रहा है.
जो भी सब मीम्स थे वो अभी तो नहीं आ रहे, क्योंकि
Yeah.
सी इट जस्ट टेल्स यू हाउ मच ऑल ऑफ अस आर ऑब्सेस्ड विद विनिंग, दैट
Yeah, dude.
व्हेन
Yeah.
अ साइड विंस वी
तभी
आर गोइंग टू
everything is
हाइप अप,
amazing.
we
Yeah.
hype up everything,
Yeah.
but when they don't we just forget about them. But
Yeah.
it was never going to be easy to replace Hardik and Shami. They
Fair.
tried with Omar Zai, and
Yeah.
Miller hasn't quite
इतना
hit,
भी नहीं. हाँ. Yeah.
yeah, hit form. And Gill, Shubman say the expectations are going to be a bit more. So
Yeah.
very interested to see how they go. They've lost two games in a very weird manner.
Yeah.
Uh,
They won
Even
one game in a very weird manner against us.
exactly. So
Yeah.
ऐसे अगर आप देखें, so
हाँ.
this is the reversion कि जब पहले दो
Yeah.
साल में you were winning every close game, it
Yeah.
was going in your favor. This one, it's not. But I feel
No.
in not going also, they've played a lot of part. Like only bowling one of Darshan Nalkhande, bhai, Q.
Why?
You have the bowler, you have the resources.
Right.
That and the last game.
Hmm.
163, Mayank Yadav is out. They don't have enough. I mean, yes, Tagore is there, Kunal Pandya
Yeah.
is there, but they are not. You're not going to lose sleep over there. So
Exactly. Yeah. One of अच्छी ओवर आ जाएगी, but there's no fear element associated with
yeah,
these bowlers.
yeah.
In terms of DC as well, dude, I think I don't know what's going wrong for them because they look like a side they've got good enough players, but somehow they're not clicking.
डीसी यार, बेल रेड एंड ब्लू छोड़ दो पहले तो, मतलब ना रेड एंड ब्लू वाले जर्सीज को ना ये हमेशा
दोनों
प्रॉब्लम
टीम्स के
रहा है
लिए.
कि रन
Yeah.
रन भाई. एंड नोकिया went for 48 in his last two overs.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
There is no hope if your premier bowler is going to
Yes.
go for that much,
Yeah.
and then your premier overseas all-rounder can't do anything.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
तो अगर मास तो अब नहीं है, स्टब्स इज स्प्लिट सो. So
Yeah.
if you look at Stubbs, Warner, Rishabh, and you feel okay, wow, there is hope.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
But then you look at the bowling and you feel, भाई विकेट कौन लेगा यार यहाँ पे. So
हाँ.
Khalil has been good in those one conditions, but अगर flat deck है तो यार I don't know. See, all respect to Romare Shepherd,
Yeah.
but Nokia ने क्या bowling करी यार. I mean, he would
हाँ.
have bowled that to
Just
Chawla,
bad
Nabi.
bowling. हाँ. कोई भी मार देता.
Everybody
Yeah.
would have scored यार in
Yeah.
that. So you can't afford to have your
Yeah.
premier end overs bowler
Yeah.
bowling not bowling short. I mean, Nokia shot नहीं डालेगा तो कौन डालेगा यार.
Exactly. And you have the field set for it as well. What
Yeah.
stuns me is bowlers being oblivious to the field set. You can't just be bowling based on your, I don't know, कि ये ball अभी मन कर रहा है. You
No,
have to
I
bowl based on the
understand.
field. Yeah.
I understand it could be a plan A, it could be a plan B, but if
But
it's not
हाँ,
working, bro,
तो
you've
change.
gone for
हाँ, हाँ.
30.
Exactly.
I mean, last 4 overs, he's gone. The lowest he's gone for is 20.
Yeah.
That is too much. Too much.
Yeah. But dude, there's one team that always confuses even their own fans. Punjab Kings. They seem to be doing great, but somehow they struggle. They seem to be struggling. They somehow do great. 4 matches, 2 wins, 2 losses. Where do you see them ending up by the end of the season?
Hopefully not at sixth. So that is that is
तो
क्योंकि भाई
परंपरा
देखो,
प्रतिष्ठा अनुशासन
even
जैसा हो
even
जाएगा.
Yeah, they are even odd, or 5-5. Say maybe
Uh,
they will end with 5. Who knows? But they have the good thing about Punjab this season has been in the wins. It's been very very special because of the people who have done it. So
Shashank
that
like
is
match
yeah.
thought. Yeah.
So no, that is very very no, encouraging for them. End overs की bowling has been very very shocking.
Hmm.
अर्शदीप सिंह, हर्षल पटेल, उनका लास्ट ओवर भाई मत दो, मैं तो बोलूँ 3 ओवर कर रहा हूँ हर्षल पटेल को, चौथा ओवर
Hmm.
बोलो नहीं है, कैच हो गया।
Uh-huh.
तो
Yeah.
किसी और को दे दो क्योंकि
Yeah.
Rabada is doing well. Brar
Uh,
is bowled decently, but you need Arshdeep to hit form for them.
hmm.
And
Yeah.
बैटिंग में भी यार लिविंगस्टन को खिला रहे हो, अब जॉनी बाबा है,
Yeah.
अब देयर आर बिग नेम्स देयर, यू कांट ड्रॉप द बिग नेम्स, तो
Yeah.
आई well, there is
I
not much left.
remember the match against RCB, like Punjab Kings versus RCB, where they were supposed to win it, but DK and all fired up. That was the game, right?
Yeah,
Arshdeep
47 or
Singh bowling,
24.
yeah, second last over he messed up a lot, or the third last over.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think again that was their game to win, but again they made a mess out of it. But
yeah.
who am I to speak about it? I'm an MI fan. So, but bro, if you have to pick top four teams to make it to the playoffs based on the performance, not from what you feel, because that was before the season,
Yeah.
which four teams would make it based on the current form and how you see things going forward?
Yeah, so from my preseason prediction, only one team has gone down, but I know how and when they peak in Wankhede. So I'll just keep it
Yeah,
aside for now. I don't know whether that happens or not.
yeah.
But I think RR, LSG, and CSK, they look good.
Okay. KKR?
And KKR was also there in my startup in my
Yeah. Hmm.
starting top four. So it is only RR who's probably replaced MI, because I felt
Ah, okay.
RR ka form top order guy wasn't confident enough. But
Hmm.
Riyan Parag
Now it
has
is working. Yeah,
and
Rian has clicked actually a
saved
prediction.
me.
Yeah,
I think these four will stay in.
yeah.
SRH have good chance, but it'll need somehow one of these top four to slip up. So that
Okay.
makes it for good viewing also.
Cool. And prediction for the purple cap? Dude, I cannot imagine एक IPL हो रहा है जिसमें फिस के पास पर्पल कैप है और रियान पराग के पास ऑरेंज कैप है. Like
It is good.
it's good, but it's surprising, dude. I don't know what's
Uh,
happening. Who's
but
who's
don't be surprised if it eventually goes to somebody ekdam random. Don't be surprised if it
uh
Bumrah also gets it.
Bumrah and all, no, that's what I'm saying. If Bumrah and all are someone who I understand would get a purple cap. But Mustafizur Rahman was ideally not the first choice for anyone to say he'll have the purple cap. But it's the CSK magic, the Thala magic that you guys keep doing, where Shivam Dubey turns out to be a match winner. It just works out great for you. Yeah, who do you think is winning the purple cap?
I think it is
Tushar
because
Deshpande.
uh, I would love for that to happen. Final भी जीत जाओ फिर अच्छा रहेगा. But I think it is likely to be one of Bumrah or Arshdeep. I still feel Arshdeep will come back.
Okay, and in terms of the orange cap, is your prediction coming true of Virat Kohli winning the? It looks like for now.
I think Rian and Virat will have a good competition going right
Yeah,
towards the end. But
yeah.
now that Butler has scored a ton,
I was just about to get to that. Yeah, I have a
Butler,
feeling Butler might spoil
yeah,
the party for both of the players
yeah,
because he's got it. But I still feel Virat has that edge because he'll be playing most of the matches at Chinnaswamy. So that
yeah,
at the end of the day is going to work in his favor. And there's no other player that's clicking over there. So
yeah,
he's got to play those innings where he
that he-
stays for long so he scores more
yeah.
runs. But it'll be a beautiful sight. If Virat gets the orange cap, but I don't think 2016 ka record break hoga. He'll be close. I think 700 odd runs, but
So three
960. Yeah,
three
what?
centuries तो मैंने बोली थी. He also
Ha,
already got one and had a
ha.
70 odd.
Yeah.
So if he gets 3 centuries, he'll end up scoring a few more. तो तोड़
Let's
दे
see.
तो मजा आ जाएगा यार.
Yeah, cool, dude. Lovely speaking with you. I hope we'll do this again after
Yeah,
around the 9-10 matches are done. Like the
yeah.
second trimester of the IPL is done. And that's when we'll have more predictions and lots of stuff to do. People, please comment and tell us your predictions for the orange cap, your predictions for the purple cap, and your predictions for the top four teams as well. 𝐒𝐶 please follow him. Please follow me as well at the Blue Hoodie Guy. And thank you so much for tuning in into the Bharat Army podcast. We'll see you soon. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video, hit like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.
Cheers.